What's up, country fans? James here. Big day ahead. We had the chance to interview the one and only Waylon Wyatt. If you don't know, he's a 17-year-old kid that is taking country music by storm. His songs are racking up millions of streams, his shows are selling out, and he's currently opening for Dylan Gossett. And guess what? Those shows are selling out as well. Waylon told us about all sorts of things while performing at Dreamy Draw Music Festival in Scottsdale, Arizona, the first weekend in November. And let me tell you, this kid is going places. Sometimes you meet somebody and you just know they're destined for greatness, and that's how I felt sitting across from Waylon Wyatt, and I hope it comes across in this interview. If you enjoy it, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends about Country Minute. We've just started making these longer form interviews, but we have hundreds of videos on social media waiting for you to enjoy. So again, thank you for everything. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview with Waylon Wyatt. When I talked to your team, they kind of said the same thing to me. I always wonder with someone like you, at what point did it start getting crazy? Can you remember the first day when you were like, what is happening?
Actually, I thought it was crazy as soon as I posted the first TikTok and it got 5 likes. I was like, "What?" that was insane to me. Like, because I've never been a social media person before. I mean, I am now because I kind of have to be, but I never been one before. So as soon as I got 1 like, I was like, "Oh my Lord, I'm famous!" Like,
and then was it weird? Because I asked your team, I was like, "How did you find this kid?" And they're like, "Well, we saw him, and then we took a bunch of flights out to a whole." Your town is like less than 1,000 people, right? Where you grew up?
It's 800 people. Yes, sir.
800 people. That's crazy.
Yeah. You try hard enough, you can probably fit everybody in this room. Tell you what.
Are you must be like the biggest artist to come out of where you're from already. Is there anyone else?
I mean, out of Arkansas, you got Johnny Cash.
You got Johnny Cash, obviously.
But Hackett, Arkansas, I mean, 800 people. There's not much. There's a lot of leeway there. You know
the competition's a little light.
It's a little light.
You get to be a trailblazer this way.
Exactly.
I want to know about your relationship with Bayker. How did you guys first connect?
It's funny. He covered Arkansas Diamond, and that's the first time I actually found out about him. And we started talking from there, like exchanged numbers, and first time we ever met was in Nashville, and in the same hour that we met, we wrote a song called Jailbreak.
Yeah, that was where I was going next. I was like, so how long ago was this?
I want to say about a few months back.
Yeah, it can't be that long at this point. You guys work fast. So you meet, and then where does Jailbreak come from? Is that you coming in with the idea, or did Bayker have the idea first?
It's actually me coming in with the idea, but it was him coming up with the melody and everything. He came up with the guitar part and everything, just straight into it.
Wow, it just connected. And I saw you standing side stage watching him earlier today. You guys are like real friends too. Like you actually are out there supporting each other. I love to see that.
Daggum right, yes sir.
What's it been like getting out there and starting to see these people? I mean, I've already seen people react to you as we were walking in here today. So,
man, it's hectic as all get out. But if you don't know, I'm actually still in school. Mm-hmm. Like I just turned 18. Yeah, I'm finishing out my senior year, so it's kind of crazy. Like traveling the world and then coming back and sitting right back in the classroom. It's like. There was this one time, as I said previously, I opened for Dwight Yoakam. Yeah. My teacher didn't believe it. Like, I was trying to get out of a test because, hey, I got to leave. I'm going to be gone for a few days. It's like, what for? It's like, well, you're not going to believe it. It's like, just hit me. I've heard it all. It's like, I'm opening for Dwight Yoakam. Okay. He's like, sit back down.
Like, that's not even a good lie.
Exactly.
That's incredible, man. That's so crazy. So, like, you are in school currently, right now. Like, Monday morning, you'll be back in class.
Yes, sir.
That is
bright and early.
Insane. And is anyone in class, are people, like, aware of what you do on the weekends?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I make it known. I tell them how crazy it is myself.
Has it been kind of weird navigating that sudden change and in your personal life? I mean, out here, it's one thing, right? Because you can leave this. You go home on Sunday. But then on Monday, is it like, so how was Phoenix? Is everyone just, like, curious about what it's like?
Honestly, it's just like, okay, turn to page 32 of your textbook.
Did you see this happening, or like what was the goal in high school before now?
Well, I've always loved music and I always wanted to work somewhere in the music industry, but whether it be in front of or behind the curtains. Mm-hmm. But I never seen it getting this far. Also, I never actually wanted to be involved in social media. Like I said, I'm a pretty skeptical person. I've never really cared for social media, but I showed a song. Well, I actually wrote a song back in Eufaula, Oklahoma. And I was like, listening to other people's songs, and I had the crazy notion to write my own. And I showed it to my buddy, and he loved it so much, he kept like telling me, hey, post it. People are going to love this. And I was like, no, I'm not going to. This is going to die with me. Mm-hmm. I like it myself. That's it. And he just kept on agging me on. And I'm like, okay, I will do it if you please just shut up about it. And it did. And it got 5 likes. And I was like, I'm famous. Like, because I mean, like I said, I've never been on social media before, so I didn't know how to react to it. Like 5 likes was it for me. Yeah. And then it got to 10,000 overnight, and that's when I knew like people are actually starting to like this.
Yeah. And I want to know, like, I'm always curious when that happens, because I know I'm a little bit older than you, but when this all took off for me, I remember trying to explain it to my family and then like wrap their head around the fact that it could like sustain, right? Because people will be like, oh, that's really cute. You had a really good video, but then it keeps happening. So like, what was it like for your family when you were like this? I'm sure at first you're like 5 likes, but then when it was like constantly a lot, like how have they taken it? I hear your dad's about to be here, so.
They're just as skeptical people as I am. I'm pretty sure apple doesn't fall far from the tree, exactly.
Yeah.
My mom was like, even now, I mean, she'll see someone in the grocery store, she's like, oh my Lord, like, how's that been for you? She's like, it's crazy. Don't you think it's crazy? It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it'll just be the start of every conversation. It's crazy. I still can't believe it.
I love it. Well, what do we got on the horizon? So you put out music at a pretty fast clip. And Jailbreak's been simmering for a minute. You got other stuff. When are we getting more Waylon Wyatt? Or you got a bunch in the tank?
I got a bunch in the tank. I'm always writing. I love to write. I pretty much love to write more than sing. But got another song, OD, releasing November 15th. Check that out.
Tell me about it.
OD. So the reason I actually wrote that song is because a lot of people my age, and I mean, I'm not putting I'm not trying to put that down or anything, but a lot of people like get involved in the drinking and smoking at an early age, and I thought, it's like, I don't really involve myself in that stuff. It's like, no offense to the people that do, but it's just not my cup of tea. So I wrote this song. It's like relating love to like as an addiction.
Now I'm like, I want to hear it, but I'll save it.
I mean, like the opening lyrics is like, I don't drink, I've never been drunk at all, but your love runs through me like alcohol. It's like, it's not saying that I'm not drinking, but you know.
Brother, I wish I could take you back to when I was your age and play you the music my band was writing, and you would be like, I'm so good. I listened to you. Like the first time I heard you was Phoning Heaven, and I saw the clip on TikTok like a lot of people do. And I remember I played it for her, and she was like, you have to turn that. Like she started to cry. She's like, I can't do this today. And I was like, now let me tell you how old he is. You know what I mean? I was like, let me tell you that a child is breaking your heart right now. And she's just like, what? Is it weird for you? Because I imagine that now that you're getting out here and you're meeting your fans, that people are telling you some pretty heavy stories because you write heavy songs at times. So Is it weird to kind of like, I always am fascinated with like, you're out here today, you'll meet a lot of people who are happy. Some people are going to tell you the worst day of their life and how your music got them through it. And then tonight you're going to be sitting in bed. Does that like roll through? Like, is it weird to like navigate all that?
I mean, always. I love that people I love that people use my music as a way to cope. But I hate that they have to relate to it.
That's a great answer. Yeah. You wouldn't want them to be like, you're like, I'm happy that you're just in this place too. It's just like, at least we're here together.
Exactly.
Who are you on the road with for this November? Who are you opening for this fall?
I'm opening for the Dylan Gossett.
The Dylan Gossett. What's your favorite Dylan Gossett song right now?
That's hard. I really like Beneath Oak Trees. I can't remember what it's called. Heartbroken Cowboy.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, dude. He's so good. That's great. Is there anyone, I want to ask you this before I let you get out of here. Is there anybody a little bit older in the industry that has reached out to you, given you any advice? Like, are you navigating this with any peers in the industry helping you?
Oh, for sure. The first artist I ever opened for, Drayton Farley. Shout out to him.
Oh, so
He's
good.
Like an older brother in music for me. He gave me all the rundowns when I was touring with him. Met White Flores at CMAs. And he was absolutely friendly as well. Just telling me, is like, I know how I can get out on the road. It's like, if you ever need someone to call, just don't be afraid to hit me up.
That's wonderful. So that's a wonderful brotherhood. Well, thank you for taking a few minutes to talk to us. I hope you have a great Dreamy Draw, and we'll see you later this fall.
Thank you so much.